There's an easier way. With Thumbtack. Download the app today and care for your home from top to bottom.
Had him on, he was great. And I think he's said all the right things, he's done all the right things, but I think when he starts dealing with science, he becomes a different type of guy. But I don't think that's necessarily fair.
Now, he did speak today, and Rich Cimini adds, he said, I don't think it would make sense to play if the Jets are eliminated. So Rich connects the dots and said if Jets win the next two, if he feels up to it, December 17th against Miami could be possible. Rich also said he was hesitant to answer a question on whether his future with the team is tied to Douglas, Saleh, Hackett being back, saying those decisions are out of his hands. But he said, I feel like the recipe's in place to be really successful, and whether it's finishing up this year or starting for us next year, I feel like with those guys in positions of leadership, this team can get to where it wants to go. So he's pretty much saying he wants them in place.
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do? You're not making any change. They're going to roll it back. They've got no choice. Just you hope that they learn their lesson and that they have a legit backup quarterback next year and they improve this offensive line.
Now, we did find the cut from McAfee where Rodgers said it was ruptured. Here it is.
It was ruptured. It was fixed by the best doctor in the land, and my entire focus from September 13th has been rehab and get back on the field.
So he did say it there. That takes away any kind of perceived cloudiness.
So it just could be a really cool story. Now, can the Jets do it, guys? Can the Jets play at a level where these are meaningful games he's going to play in instead of meaningless? Because now we get back to the football, okay? If he's going to be ready against the Commanders, there's 2 games before that. Are they going to be mathematically alive when we get to the Commanders game?
I don't think they can be. If they're going to play Tim Boyle, how are they going to do that? How are they going to do it? How are they going to score?
That feels impossible.
The first question to Rodgers today, why are you doing this, trying an unprecedented comeback? And Rodgers said, why? Do you know my history? Now, I've heard that a lot. What has Rodgers done that has defied the odds? Now, I know that he had to go to a junior college.
Well, there's it. That's it.
And then prove that he was going to be a great quarterback going to Cal. And then he wasn't taken until the end of the first round by the Packers. So, I mean, he defied those odds. But it's not like he ever did anything defying any medical situation like this. He didn't come back from an injury that no one's ever come back from. So, I mean, that kind of narrative is strange to me. I don't know the hurdles other than the people that doubted him, right?
Well, I just think it's just all part of his narrative that he feeds off of this, like Jordan. Like, doubt me, and I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Now, he's obviously not Mr. Miyagi because it was his thumb injury that cost him a chance to go to the playoffs last year. So injuries have brought him down. He hasn't won every game that he's played, but if you want to take the angle, here's this kid from Chico, California, who made it all the way to becoming one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Yeah, I mean, every professional athlete defies odds, right? Odds are not in your favor. You're going to become a Hall of Fame quarterback. But if he's trying to make it seem like he's defied medical odds before, this would be, I think, the first time that I can remember. You have to call Ballard, Peter, to confirm that, but I think it would be the first time he's done something like this.
No.
Let's go to,
I don't need Ballard.
Go to Jimmy in Queens. Jimmy.
How you doing, guys?
Good. What's up?
Michael, you're driving me crazy with Rodgers is running the team nonsense. You said the same thing when Gase was here, and you said Gase was running the team. He's not running the team.
Gase wasn't running the team. He was the coach.
He made suggestions. Hackett was hired before he was here. He made suggestions on players, just like Tom Brady wanted Gronkowski when he was in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but Gronkowski's a Hall of Fame tight end.
Tom Brady ran Tampa Bay, dude.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
No,
yes, he did.
Are you out of your mind?
He didn't run Tampa Bay.
He absolutely ran Tampa Bay. He wouldn't have gone there if he didn't.
Arians did?
Bruce Arians did get in his face, though. But they got Gronkowski because of him.
Yeah, okay, so this is what he's doing. How come when the Broncos can get Peyton Manning and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can get Tom Brady, but the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, it's like, we're the pathetic, jerk franchise.
Wait, hold on. Jimmy. Hear me out for a second. No one's saying anything about them being a pathetic jerk franchise. We're pointing out the fact that we're trying to make sense of what happened at quarterback. Why the backups made no sense. Why it seems that
that's again there's a bunch of stuff wrong with what they did with the backup quarterback. I get it.
And do you think it's all coincidence though? You don't think it's that Rodgers really liked Wilson and thought he could fix him, and that also he liked Boyle?
Maybe, but I don't think he planned on getting hurt and play 4 either.
But Jimmy, do you honestly? You said that Hackett was hired before they made the trade for Rodgers, which is true. You don't believe that one led to the other? You don't think the Jets knew that getting Hackett would lead to Rodgers wanting to play for them? You don't think that?
Yeah, well, maybe it did, but I'm just saying, like, I think.
Okay, so let me ask you another question, Jim.
He's the end-all,
Let me ask you another question. Let's say Woody Johnson doesn't like that his team finishes 4-13. Let's say that it ends that way, and he wants to fire Robert Saleh. And Aaron Rodgers said, "No, I want Robert Saleh as a coach." Do you think Robert Saleh would be the coach next year?
Probably.
Well, then he's running the team. Thank you for the call. He's running the team.
But I don't know. I don't understand the negativity around it. I don't think any of us are suggesting that that Aaron Rodgers is a bad guy for wanting all of this stuff. I mean, this is the bed you decided to lie in. I'm sure it was the same way with Peyton Manning in Denver. It was the same way with Tom Brady with Tampa. But you know what the difference was? They brought home championships. Will Aaron Rodgers bring home a championship? That's all we're talking about is, sure, he has a major say. Most athletes have major says nowadays. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but hopefully when they cater to his every whim, the hope is it's going to end up like it did in Denver, like it ended up in Tampa. That it ends up with a championship at the end of the day. That's the difference.
I don't understand the disconnect with him. The caller was like, he had like some personal feeling of sort of sadness, it seemed, based on how things have gone, and making it seem like that because of the Rodgers situation, the Jets are losers. That's not at all. I think everyone agreed the move for Rodgers was a good move to make, but it still doesn't change the fact that right now, their future moving forward is completely locked into a 39-year-old coming off of a torn Achilles and hoping that everything works. Because otherwise, guys, there's nothing. They don't have a quarterback. According to Dan Orlovsky yesterday, it doesn't seem like they have a real offensive coordinator outside of Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of problems if it doesn't work out with Rodgers.
And if Jimmy's still listening, you think that Randall Cobb would be a Jet if Aaron Rodgers wasn't here? You think that Alan Lazard would be a Jet if Aaron Rodgers wasn't here? You think Tim Boyle would be playing quarterback right now if Aaron Rodgers wasn't here? You think that Tim Boyle would be the third quarterback on the team if Aaron Rodgers was not here? It's not a scarlet letter to say he's running the team. A lot of great players run the team. Magic Johnson ran the Lakers. He got a coach fired.
And I don't think we're saying they're rubes for allowing that to happen, but they could end up being rubes if they don't win. And that's what Michael's been saying. Because they won in Denver and they won in Tampa, and if they win with the Jets, nobody's going to care. But if this guy gets hurt against Cleveland because he's stubborn and wants to play to prove that he was able to defy the odds, and it affects 24, and he ends up retiring, guess what? Then they're rubes. And if they win the championship, then they're brilliant. That's how we decide who's right or wrong. Wins and losses decide it.
And I'm also getting a lot of pushback from people that, I keep moving the goalposts, that I wanted Zach Wilson benched. And then when they benched him, I want him to play. You got it all wrong. I'm almost sick. I'm tired of repeating myself. Zach Wilson should not have been the backup quarterback. They did not have a legitimate backup quarterback. So when Zach Wilson was stinking it up, they really didn't have any other option. And once they decided to bench him, the season was over anyway. They blew all the games that they could have won because Zach couldn't get the ball into the end zone. How is that moving the goalpost? Well, I'm saying there's no future for Tim Boyle in New York. None. There's no future for Trevor Siemian in New York. Absolutely none. Zach Wilson still has a year left on his contract here. You should try to see what he can do over the remaining however many games. If you think that's moving the goalposts, you're not that smart.
Well,
you're just not.
Where I disagree with you is that Wilson shouldn't leapfrog over Simeon. Simeon should play and find out if he can do any better.
But they're out of it, Don.
Well, not technically. What you're doing, Michael, is asking a legitimate question. You're throwing back their phrase in their face. Who gives you the best chance to win? That's all they said. Zach gives us the best chance to win. You benched him. Boyle looked lost. And if you play Simeon and he looks lost, then we can ask the question, Robert, why aren't you playing Wilson? He gives you the best chance to win. Right? So why would you be playing somebody else if they're not as good as Zach Wilson? We wanted to see other people to see if anybody could be better. But if the answer is no, they can't, then you may as well go back to Zach. But I think they've already made the decision by making him the third quarterback. They don't want to see his face again. He's done.
Let's go to Charlie in Allendale. Charlie.
Hey, guys. Thanks for getting me on.
Got it.
I mean, obviously Rodgers has a huge influence on a lot of the decisions, but the Zach Wilson decision is Joe Douglas, and more Joe Douglas. Like, we knew last year Mike White was better. It was clear. Mike White was the better quarterback. The offense looked better. The team looked better. The entire team is wearing Mike White sweatshirts. But for some reason, we can't get rid of Zach Wilson, but the 49ers, who gave a king's ransom to get Trey Lance, can trade him for a fourth-round pick. This is where all the problems started. And it should have been done in the offseason. Before Rodgers even got here, he should have been traded for nothing. They should have kept White. And if they were moving for, he should have been the backup, whoever they went with.
But,
obviously, they went Rodgers. But this is where it started. These are the problems. And his stubbornness on all these picks. Becton, Wilson, these are horrible picks.
No, Becton could end up being a decent player. Becton didn't play well.
And Charlie,
didn't play that poorly.
You'll be right if he's still here beyond next year, or if they pick up his fifth-year option, which I don't see they're going to do. I don't think he's ever going to play for them again. And if that's the case, then he's wrong.
Don, I think he's going to play this year. I think we'll see him at quarterback.
Right now, it looks like it's going to be a moot point because what they'll probably do is if Boyle stinks up the joint against Atlanta, they'll play Simeon against Houston, and then the Commander game, and it might end up being Rodgers.
I think it will not be Rodgers, and it's going to be Wilson.
I don't think they're going to go back to Wilson. Because, Michael, if the option was to go back to Wilson, why didn't he back up Boyle? He's third-string quarterback. So Boyle's up next. Simeon's up next. You're going to run out of road here. Either Rodgers is going to come back or your season's going to be over. And I don't see why you would even play him. What more do you have to see?
But the reason they didn't get Mike White, okay, he said to get rid of Zach Wilson. They wouldn't have been able to get rid of Zach Wilson. He had zero value after you benched him twice. So you owe him, I think he makes about $10 million. He'll make about $10 million next year. Mike White, I think, signed for $5 million to back up Tua. They didn't want to have that much money invested. That's it. And I agree with Charlie where, Joe Douglas trying to cover his backside. He used the second pick in the draft for this guy who can't play. One more thing that Rodgers said today, and this is something I agreed with him. I actually mentioned this yesterday. He said he understands the risk of coming back, and he said, what's the worst that can happen? He said, in my opinion, there's not a downside to coming back and re-injuring it because he'd have enough time to rehab it and return again to 5 to 6 months anyway.
Yeah, but why would you want to go through that as a 40-year-old?
You're right.
And also, the way this line is playing, I wouldn't be worried about the Achilles. That was like a non-contact injury. I'd be worried about getting the post-concussion syndrome, getting whiplash.
We are going to have Amani Toomer talk some Giants with us. Yeah, I do know that coming up in just a moment. Hey, to score a touchdown, everything needs to line up perfect.
Startups move fast. You need a bank that can keep up.
I love how easy it is to use.
The design, in general.
The interface is incredibly user-friendly.
The ability to easily see all of the transactions and search the history of them.
I really like the analytics that you see on the dashboard. It's like seeing your business in HD.
Getting started was maybe one of the most delightful onboarding experiences I've had.
I can just log in, send a wire, check my balance, and move on with my life.
I'm Jessie Dover, co-founder of Dagny Dover. New York isn't for the faint of heart. The gear you carry around not only has to look good, but it has to work even better. That's why we create bags like the Landon Carryall, a bag that allows organizational junkies like me to be ready for whatever life brings. A bag that allows me to feel good about the things I carry. After all, this city is a reflection of who I am, purposeful, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes my way.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
Hey, Joe.
5 old diesel, fountain pop, lunch.
Hey, buddy, you all right? Stupid old work boots, clunky as bricks. You ought to get you some Brunt boots. Comfortable, lightweight, durable, and waterproof. You want to try them? They're just comfortable sneakers. Yeah, they are. I'll give them back. Hey! Who stole your boots?
Try any of Brunt's gear on the job for 30 days risk-free.
Welcome to the Athletic Basketball Show.
Folks, the league is in absolute chaos.
Players going off pretty much every other night.
Playing picture that, when it clears, could leave a few future Hall of Famers.
It might all come down to some rookie taking free throws. Is on pace to break the
The Athletic. Subscribe today.
Win big while streaming the Nets with Pick and Play on the Yes app. Make your picks before tip-off and win up to $10,000. What a move! Yes, Pick and Play. It's the game within the game, only on the Yes app.
Did you see that? Yep. Looks like rain. Also looks like McDelivery. Order McDelivery in the app.
Hey, so I found a betting system that's really working great for me.
So did I. What's yours?
I set up an hour-a-week time limit on FanDuel. I can also set up wager limits, so I only bet what I can afford, and betting stays fun.
Right.
So what's your system?
What's that?
Your system. What's your system? What is that?
Every bettor has a system. Make FanDuel's responsible gaming tools a key part of yours.
Introducing the new Domino's Rewards. Now you earn free Domino's every 2 orders. It's as easy as 1, 2, free. Like free Parmesan bread bites, or a free stuffed cheesy bread, or a free medium 2-topping pizza, or even more. Free. Order now and start earning free Domino's today.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
If you get a phone call, do not talk to the person.
Never, ever give out your Medicare number. Just hang up.
I check my Medicare statements monthly.
To report Medicare fraud, contact the Senior Medicare Patrol in your state.
Get ready for the British Basketball League. 10 teams, one electrifying league.
Oh my, look at this.
Global talent, local passion, all with a British twist.
I know that you know what I mean when it comes to unleashing the beast.
Witness unbeatable moments every weekend from September to May. The British Basketball League.
Is this the 247? Mo.
Come together, grow together, raise funds, save lives. Sign up at Movember.com.
It's time now, right this second, for the Amani Toomer Report, brought to you by the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association and Bigelow Tea. So the Giants have the week off. They call it a bye week, but it's not a proper usage of the term bye because they're not advancing to another round. But that's another story for another day. But when they do come back a week from this Sunday, they're going to have to decide who their quarterback is. Is it going to be Mr. DeVito or is it going to be Mr. Taylor? And now we'll ask Mr. Toomer, what would you do? Amani, what would you do?
I think since Tommy DeVito, I think he did a great job. I think he's, he established himself as a viable backup. But I think I think you want to see, because Tyrod Taylor has an expiring contract, I think I want to see what he got. I want to see if he's going to be able to come back, because of the fact that he made that offense look so different when he came back, when he took over for Daniel Jones. I think I'd go with Tyrod.
Yeah, more so for me, Amani, than wanting to see what Tyrod Taylor can do is that as long as you're mathematically still alive, go with the quarterback that gives you the best chance to win, and I think that's Taylor.
Yeah, no, I mean that's another great point. I would definitely go with Taylor, especially because the message that you'd send that locker room if you decide to stick with Tommy DeVito. Although he's done a really good job over the last 2 weeks, the fact of the matter is you've only scored 10 points against the Patriots. I feel like if you put in Tyrod, you'll score more points, and you'll send a message to the rest of the locker room that you're not giving up.
Now, we had on Carl Banks yesterday, and Carl said that while he likes Daniel Jones, he thought that Daniel Jones definitely took a step back this year, that he kind of got shell-shocked by being hit so much and started to affect his decision-making. Is that the way you look at it as well?
There was one specific play that I thought Daniel Jones is kind of concerned about his statistics and all the outside noise is starting to affect him. There was a play in one of the games where he was getting rushed. He got outside of the pocket, and he couldn't cross the line of scrimmage, but he could only lose 1 yard and run out of bounds 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. Most quarterbacks who are secure with their job and are secure about how they're playing would have just tossed it out of bounds and took the extra incompletion. But I feel like when a quarterback runs out of bounds early and doesn't throw the ball away to kind of relieve to get the ball back at the original line of scrimmage, that to me tells them the quarterback is thinking about his statistics as he's playing the game. And you can't think about anything but winning. You can't think about anything but what's the best for the team. And if you're thinking about your statistics, I played with a quarterback who wouldn't throw Hail Marys at the end of half because he was concerned about his overall quarterback rating if the Hail Mary would be intercepted. So those are the types of situations where I'm really nervous when I look at a quarterback doing that.
It's like the guys that don't take the full court shot at the end of a half in basketball because they don't want it to affect their percentage. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Amani, I think you're tremendous at what you do, and I consider you an acquaintance. I don't want to go out there and say friend yet.
Wow.
I need a name.
Wow.
You need a name for who?
The
quarterback that wouldn't do the half.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, who wouldn't throw the name?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to say any names. I'm just going to say he's in the Hall of Fame right now.
In the Hall of Fame?
Oh, dude, all right, I'm going to do the work on this, guys. Continue.
Wow.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can figure this out. You can figure this out.
I'm wondering how you feel about this, Amani. The fact that the Giants have won these last two games, I think that really reflects very well on Dable, where they have not quit on him. Now, they're not able to score, but they're still able to win because their defense has played so well. But they have played hard. Even without scoring, they do play hard. Do you think that this reflects well on Dable?
I think it reflects tremendously on Dable, because I know what it's like being on one of these 4-8 teams or 2-8 teams. You just want to run through this thing and see how, and protect your job. The fact of the matter, also, I think it's a testament to the culture that's actually showing through, that they still have a push and they still have a life at 2-8, and then weakening out to 4-8. But also, it shows you what he can do with quarterbacks. I mean, one of the things that is so important in this league is to acquire young quarterbacks and develop them. They took Tommy DeVito. He had 3 touchdown passes the week before versus the Commanders. Then he comes out and has a very workmanlike game versus the New England Patriots. He got a guy who was undrafted to play winning NFL football. I mean, that's an amazing event as it is. And now there's even a quarterback controversy between Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor, who started many games in this league and has a resume as one of the better backups in the league. That just shows you what he can do with every type of quarterback, and what he did last year with Daniel Jones is another. I mean, one of the things that you really got to know about Brian Dable, if you can develop quarterbacks, you have an opportunity to win every year. And that's why I think, Brian Dable is showing his more valuable now than even last year when they were having a great season.
Don, I have the answer to your question, Don.
Well, there's one obvious answer.
There's only one obvious. It's got to be Kurt Warner.
I don't want to do that. Amani, I wasn't going to go there.
I'm going there. It has to be, because Eli's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
No, but he made it clear he didn't want to say who, but unfortunately gave us a little bit more information than he should have.
I can neither confirm nor deny who I was talking about.
Sounded like Ralph Cramden there.
I love Kurt.
Now, listen, I don't want to be this guy.
You are this guy.
To all of you, but I'm going to be. We're getting a little.
You're just mad because the Commanders lost.
Well, yeah, sure I am. But I'm very upset about that. That was the end of my season as I saw it. But, because I paid such close attention to that game, and because of how filthy and putrid the Patriots game was, I just feel like we may be all getting ahead of ourselves on a few fronts. Number one, has this team not quit? I mean, they had back-to-back pillow fights. I really think we'll get a good test over the next 3 weeks about whether or not this team quits. And I think also, obviously, I agree with the point. I think me, Don, and Monty are on the same page that it should be Tyrod while they're in the playoff hunt. I think he is the much better option at this point. But and as far as development of Tommy DeVito, if we do get to see him more, I don't know that much yet. I'm sorry. I love the story, guys. I want him to be a stud who is here for a long time. I am yet to see anything that goes, oh, my God, Dable's developed this kid into a quarterback. I'm sorry to be a bad guy, Amani.
No, I understand that. But you got to understand, you get a limited amount of talent, and what makes a great coach from an average coach is a guy who can get the absolute amount of talent that he has on his roster and get it to perform at a high level. That's coaching to me, and that's what he did last year with Daniel Jones, and that's what he's doing this year with Tyrod Taylor, and that's what he did this year with Tommy DeVito. You can't tell me there's one person who last year coming into this draft that thought Tommy DeVito would be able to win it at a game in the NFL. And Brian Dable, it was a pillow fight, but you know what? They're not pillow fights in the NFL, because it's, no matter what you say, it is a high level of competition out there because there's so much at stake for every single game. So I feel like, as an outsider looking in, you can look at, the Commanders. Commanders they're a solid football team. They lost a couple games that they shouldn't have. And, the Patriots, without Judon and without Gonzalez, they're a hobbled team as well. So, when you look at the Patriots, they drafted a first-rounder who got beat by Tommy DeVito this past weekend. So there's something to be said about getting a quarterback able to give you having a winning football season, putting you in a position to win, regardless of any situation. To win any game in the NFL is no cheap trick.
Peter, I'm a little surprised at you, though, Peter. I'm not making Tommy DeVito out to be Phil Simms or Eli Manning. I'm not doing that. But this is a guy, when he came into that Jet game, they wouldn't even allow him to throw the ball. And in that short period of time, the guy doesn't turn the ball over. He's thrown for touchdowns. Nobody's saying he's great. That's a pretty good progression. I agree with what Monty's saying.
No, you know what? You're right. In terms of comparing,
touchdowns.
Yeah. He three touchdowns in one game. I mean, he's doing things that we've never seen Zach Wilson do. And given that this is a season and a team in which Daniel really struggled to get anything going, he's made better use of Jalen Hyatt than was getting done prior to him coming in the game. Definitely have seen an upward progression. I just thought, I think we're also in love with the story. I think we've overstated it a bit at times. They beat the Patriots, who were horrible, 10-7, okay? It wasn't a shootout. Yeah. But no, you're right. From where he was that first half he came in, it's a great story and a great progression. I agree.
One thing I want you to know, Amani, from the time that you've been on the show,
go ahead.
I hope you realize that Peter, of the three of us, is the hater. He's the nasty one.
Not true.
Everybody thinks it's me, but it's really Peter.
Not true.
I don't know. You kind of fit that role sometimes.
Who, me or Peter?
I listen to you on the Yankee broadcast sometimes.
I'm always positive because they're always good. Don't worry about it. I'm great.
Always
God.
Always great.
Always great and always arrogant.
Yeah, always.
Amani, what's going on between Dable and Wink?
Oh, I have no idea. Honestly, I did an interview Tuesday morning, and I had not heard of it. So I don't know what's going on. But I know that, you got two competitive people, two people that take really a lot of pride in what they do. And, one side of the football is not doing as well as the other side thinks it should. It's a common thing in the NFL for the offense to hate the defense. I had teams where we hated the defense so much that we wouldn't even cheer for them when they made a good play. It's really because you're constantly going against them all the time in practice. No, seriously, it was bad.
That's incredible. So, is there any world?
Let me tell you a story about the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we went to the Super Bowl in 2000, we used to trade the offense and defense would be announced to the crowd, when you run out and the announcements.
Yeah.
And the defense went up to Coach Fossil and said, we want to be announced again because they got to be able to be announced at the NFC Championship. So so right before our meeting, our breakout meeting, he goes, we're going to announce the defense again who got announced in the NFC Championship. They're going to get announced in the Super Bowl. Our whole offense was shocked. We didn't pay attention to any of the meetings. We didn't pay attention to the owners, to the openers of the game. We were so upset that we just totally lost focus of the game, and obviously we got blown out. And I think that's one of the reasons why. I mean, you have to be 100% focused. And fast forward to when we played the Patriots, we all ran out of the team. We didn't even care. But that's how deep the division between the offense and defense could go if you have a bad coach that lets it get out of hand.
Good stuff, Amani. You took a shot at me, and I'm not gonna hold it against you at all. I still love you.
He'll remember it though.
Because you're a professional.
He won't forget
remember it, but it doesn't affect our relationship.
Come on, you have thick skin. You can dish it out, right?
Oh,
you gotta be able to take it.
I have translucent skin. It's far from thick. Don't you worry. Have a good weekend, my friend.
You can't have translucent skin and be on as long as you've been on in the one of the toughest media markets in the world.
You know what? That's why I'm dying a slow death. That's why, because I do have thin skin.
You're dying a slow death on that Scrooge McDuck amount of money that you make every year.
Here we go. Wow.
I like this guy more every week.
Thanks, Amani. That's the Amani Toomer Report, brought to you by the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. Bigelow Tea will encourage you to grab a mug and tea proudly. Don, you know whose 70th birthday is today? Somebody who's very important to you. You read a book about him. You read a book by him.
I read a book about him.
And by him.
By him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't narrow it down at all.
Ed Hospodar.
70 years old today. I should know this, right? Why am I vegging? Sorry.
All right.
And
if
driving.
you put your finger in your nostril, what would you pull out?
Oh, he said Curtis Armstrong is 70 today?
Armstrong 70.
Well, you threw me.
Wow. Doger is 70.
Do you know the street value of this mountain? That's it. That's impossible. I refuse to believe it.
Why? You think he's younger?
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. I will take some
summer didn't have a 70-year-old in it.
Let's go to Don, who's going to introduce himself and talk about a car.
Don LeGreg here for Ramsey.
These jeans are woman size 34. That was a wake-up call for me. I'm 42, but my body felt like it was 90 years old. Found paired me with a team of clinicians and found the right medication. I'm down 78 pounds because of Found, and I'm just getting started. And because of Found, I have more confidence in myself. I'm actually in photos with my family. I'm getting my steps in each day. Found has changed my life. Go to joinfound.com just to see if the program's right for you.
You've heard our story before. In some ways, it's yours. It's the one about rolled up sleeves, measuring twice, cutting once, and building something you're proud to put your name behind. What are we building? A different kind of workwear, inspired by the values of those who put in the work. They're the reason we make boots that feel as good at 6 p.m. as they did at 6 a.m. They're the best you've ever worked in, or we'll take them back. Brunt, the tools you wear. Try us on the job for 30 days risk-free.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. Sign up and get your favorite steak free for a year, plus $100 off. ButcherBox.
All right, here we go. It's a big responsibility to be a designer. Dagny Dover is a bag brand based in New York City, founded by 3 women. We make hyper-functional, performance-driven bags. That's like a mouthful. We're all about getting the most out of life. When you're organized and you have your things together, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can live life intentionally. Oh, it's pronounced Dagny Dover. Dagny means new dawn. It's a new dawn for fashion.
Up your fan engagement with Yes Rewards on the Yes app. Watch live games and earn points. Play the hottest games and score more. Earn status, then redeem your points to win prizes. Yes Rewards on the Yes app.
Your favorite thing delivered right to your door means that you never have to stop doing your other favorite thing. Nailed it. Order McDelivery in the app.
It's Balducci's and King's Foundations.
Show me what you're cooking. Oh, let me see them moves. You got the whole world looking like the kind of magic taking hold of you.
Get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free. Download now.
'Twas the holidays at DraftKings, and all through the house, slot reels were spinning, jackpots were shouting, presents were wrapped for our players with care, delivering offers all season. Celebrate anywhere. America's top online casino, spreading the cheer. It's holidays on the house. It's finally here. Download the app and play $5 to get 100 instantly in casino credits. The crown is yours.
All across America, it's Black Friday. But at your local Ford stores, it's more like Bright Friday. Thanks to incentives that will help brighten your holidays. Whether you currently own or lease a Ford vehicle or a competitive vehicle, and you're ready to trade in, we've got great offers for all across the Ford lineup. Trade in, trade up, but hurry. Bright Friday deals end December 4th. Now, returning lessees and competitive trade-in customers can lease a Ford Explorer for $339 a month. Only at your local Ford stores.
People are always asking me,
why? Why do I do this work?
Two words come to mind for me. One is responsibility, the other is purpose.
It's just so inspiring to do research that impacts human lives.
Stand Up to Cancer has been a critical partner in advancing research for cancer.
Cancer research saves lives.
So please, help us fight in this battle against cancer.
This holiday season, help fund cancer research at standuptocancer.org.
Sheeran back here for the Michael K. Show. The Dallas Cowboys could join the 40-40-40-40 club if they score 40 or more tonight when they host the Seattle Seahawks in Big D on Thursday Night Football. They would join just 4 other teams in NFL history that have scored 40 or more points in 4 straight home games. The last time the Seahawks allowed 40 or more on the road was their wild card loss last season in San Francisco. The Seattle defense will try to throw cold water on Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense. Prescott has thrown for over 1,550 yards with 15 touchdowns already this season, and he has thrown for 250 or more and has a passer rating of 100 or higher in 6 consecutive home games. If he accomplishes that again tonight, he will become just the second player in NFL history to reach those marks in 7 straight games. He would join Hall of Famer Brett Favre.
Hey, Sebastian Maniscalco is coming to Madison Square Garden on Wednesday, September 18th and Thursday, September 19th of 2024. Be caller number 125 right now at 888-987-ESPN, and you will score a pair of tickets. Brought to you by Live Nation. Tickets go on sale 10 a.m. tomorrow at Ticketmaster.com. For full contest rules, go to ESPNNewYork.com. Kind of taken aback at the broadside swipe at the hands of Amani Toomer. It really...
He's not a fan.
It's shocking. I set him up to take a little swipe at you, a playful swipe, and he just redirected a Scud missile at me.
Loved it. You deserved it. Because
sitting on a Scrooge McDuck pile of money?
That's an insult? That's a compliment last time I checked.
How does he know how much money I have?
Well, he's saying he's rating the talent and saying somebody that talented must be making a lot of money.
No, well, Don's trying to kiss your fanny to see where he can land him, and I'm disappointed. That's not what he was saying. It wasn't based on talent, Don. He simply knows the job. He's with the marquee franchise in all of baseball. It has been for a very long time. He's doing the math. He does a primetime radio show, which was once very highly rated. And it's a huge stack of cash. It's just simple arithmetic by
he wasn't inaccurate.
You really have turned, just in this one little plot twist, into a DNOZ.
Who?
You.
What do you mean?
Oh,
by
saying
you
one's highly rated. Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, you do the same thing all the time. I made the same joke that you make. It's different.
Yeah, it's kind of like you can be critical of your kids. Somebody else can't be critical of kids.
Right, I could say, I have a war with the mirror every single day because I think I'm grotesque. You can't say that.
Well, because about you?
Yeah, you can't say it about somebody else.
Yeah, but the ratings are about me, too. I don't know if you know that.
They're because of you. The big ratings were because of you, and any less ratings are also because of you.
Are also because I'm the reason, no matter what the thing is, I am the reason. All right. I'll take it.
He's not wrong.
What a great time. You know what? I just want to say again. What do you mean? Who's that?
He didn't lie about how he feels there.
About me?
Yeah.
He blames me for... So he credits me for the wins and blames me for the loss. That's a lot of pressure on a guy with no name on the show.
It was probably credit to Jace. But blame, it's full-blown blame.
100%. Full-blown blame.
Let's go to Steve in Long Island. Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Great. You?
I'm good. And listen, I think Amani did take a shot at you, but I think he's envious. But having said
He's
that,
a Super Bowl champion. I'm a nothing, Steve. I'm a nothing.
Yeah.
I totally disagree with that. Here's the proposition. The Yankees make the trade for Juan Soto. Okay, a reasonable trade. The Yankees are happy. San Diego's happy. He comes here. He has a monster season. Him, Judge, the team, they go and win the World Series. What do the Yankees do after that with Juan Soto?
Well, I'm sure that they would want to sign him, Steve, but he might get money that might make Ohtani blush if he has that kind of year.
Yeah, except that money will give us a championship for years and years to come. I've been a Yankee fan for forever, it seems.
But, I mean,
That would be a great
Steve,
sign.
at what
Him and
point...
Judge?
I know people are going to jump me, and this is going to be the next hour, but you're not going to have a $400 million payroll. You're paying Judge, you're paying Cole, you're paying Stanton, you're paying Rodon. At some point, you can't pay 5-6 guys $30-40 million a year.
I don't think the championship matters.
I totally agree, and I think Stanton and Rodon both have to go. I think Rodon still has some value. I don't know what you're going to do with Stanton.
But Steve, you say they have to go, right?
Well, the Bronx as fast as they got rid of Sonny Gray.
But Steve, Stanton is unmovable unless you pay all of his money, so you're not saving anything. You owe him $98 million over 4 years. The Rodon, I'm a different opinion than everybody else. I don't think Rodon is a shot product that you swung and missed a 6-year deal on. This guy's too good a pitcher to have a year again like he had last year, barring injury. So I think he's going to be fine. I really do. And I think that you could trade Rodon. I really do. $26 million a year. When you see that Luis Severino can't get on a mound, just got $13 million, and then Yamamoto, who's never been on a big league mound, is probably going to get $30 million a year. $26 million is not going to knock people's socks off.
And the thing I take championships for years to come, that doesn't seem to happen. You know, like what? Because you win with Soto, he has a monster year. Well, we got to re-sign him because we're going to win 4 championships the next. It didn't stop him with Matsui.
That's right.
Or Johnny Damon. I mean, you move on.
By the way, Steven, with all due respect, come back to me. I mean, Amani's not jealous of Michael Kay. Michael's had a great life. Amani's career earnings alone with the Giants were $43 million.
No.
So
we're about even. Anyway, 1-800-919.
Scrooge. Wow, you are Scrooge McDuck.
76. How you doing, Peter? I know that your wife is in another country. You okay? A little lonely?
You know, no, I'm not lonely.
You sure?
Dogs are here.
Okay.
Yeah, got Rocky a
Want me to
haircut
come by?
today.
We'll hang out, watch the Knicks game?
In the words of my dear friend Don LaGreca, I'm good.
Don, tell us about BetMGM.
Well, BetMGM is the key.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic, free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. Sign up and get your favorite steak free for a year, plus $100 off. ButcherBox.
The league is in absolute chaos. Players going off pretty much every other night. Playing picture that, when it clears, could leave a few future Hall of Famers. It might all come down to some rookie taking free throws. Scoring is on pace to break the all.
The Athletic. Subscribe today.
The path to business success is often unpredictable. Managing your bank account doesn't need to be. Find your flow with powerfully smooth banking that keeps you focused on bringing your vision to life. The simplest decision is often the right one. Introducing IO, the company credit card that offers 1.5% cash back on everything and streamlines card management.
There are a lot of us now, and it means so much when we can all be together, especially when we can do something good, like our yearly service project. We're also running a t-shirt fundraiser through Custom Ink to help raise more money and awareness for the cause. Our t-shirt fundraiser with Custom Ink makes it easy to share our campaign and help our community, and their design services team helped us get a design we love. I'm proud that we can make a difference together as a community. Come together for a cause. Get started today at customink.com.
Up your fan engagement with Yes Rewards on the Yes app. Watch live games and earn points. Play the hottest games and score more. Earn status, then redeem your points to win prizes. Yes Rewards on the Yes app.
Does it still count as ending the night with McDonald's if you order it for breakfast the morning after? I'm ordering either way. Order McDelivery in the app.
Needed help around the home. A friend of mine told me to call Freedom Care, and they'll pay my granddaughter to take care of me.
Funded by Medicaid, Freedom Care allows people to choose who provides their care, and the caregiver gets paid instantly after their shift.
Life is sweeter with her around.
Nana gave me so much joy as a child. Now it's my turn to return the love.
Call now to find out benefits and pay, and how fast you can get started.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Strong first 2 hours of the show. I wonder if it's ever been done before, Don, where you're the lead-in to the 5 o'clock hour, the rejoin, as we call it in the business, and then you also get Point God.
I don't think it has ever happened.
You think it could happen today?
Well, actually, Anthony says he does believe it has happened.
Really?
And
yeah, I believe that's happened
It
before.
may happen today.
But you've had some good things to say, too.
And so has Peter, and we've had, Monty dropping that bomb about Kurt Warner.
Yeah, let's get Kurt Warner on the air, because that doesn't sound like Kurt at all. You know what? Now that Amani has pretty much, staked his flag or planted his flag, I'm taking Kurt Warner's side. I don't buy it.
Because you believe
I believe Warner over Amani.
Because you think Amani's now out to get you.
I know. Now I know there's a little bit of an agenda.
Interesting. He's just not a fan of yours. It's not an agenda. He's just not a big fan.
And also, Don and I didn't exactly have to be Dick Tracy. It's a Hall of Fame quarterback. You only played with one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. Within 5 seconds, I assumed it was Kurt
Then
Warner.
why don't you say it then, tough guy?
Because he respects Amani.
Yeah, I mean, Amani said he didn't want to say it.
But
then
he
he
said it was a Hall of Famer, so he did say it.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a
He
kick
essentially
coming,
did
but
say.
you wanted to be a nice guy.
I do.
He's sticking to his guns with the whole Carissa Thompson situation. Like he wanted to take the high road.
Interesting. Now,
did you when you went and looked though, Don? Were there any other quarterbacks that started during his time here that were like even of note?
No. Yeah,
Kerry Collins, right?
Well, Kerry Collins,
He's not a Hall of Famer.
But the most famous of them all was Jesse Palmer.
Well, now.
Yeah.
Jesse's
Famous
huge.
now, right.
He's huge.
Like Kent Graham, Danny Cannell, of course Eli Manning,
Love the Cannell.
who's not in the Hall of Fame
Sure.
yet. And he never officially played in Kansas City. He was in camp with the Chiefs, and I believe got cut when he tried to extend his career. So that wouldn't have
Too
counted.
bad.
I forget who the quarterbacks were in like 08, 09 for the Chiefs, but Hey, look, Kurt Warner was at the end of his career, he thought, babysitting for Eli. So is it possible he thought, maybe I'm a borderline Hall of Famer? Do I want my stats to go down on a team that's not going anywhere, where I'm just a placeholder for Eli? I'm just trying to see if Warner did indeed do that, what his motivation might have been.
Now, I do have a solution to this problem, though. Any pass that falls under the heading of Hail Mary, right, should not be counted against the quarterback's percentage. And any shot at the end of a half or at the end of a quarter that's from half court or more should not be a shot attempted by a player.
All right, but then to be fair,
I don't hate that.
The only way it can be fair then is that it doesn't add to your shooting percentage if you hit the shot.
I like that too, and you don't even get the points. It's a team point. You do not get credit for a three-pointer if you hit a half-court shot at the buzzer. Because there are players that are selfish and refuse to take that shot. You watch it all the time. They just dribble it out.
Well, that's the problem I have, is that do you really want to change the rules to support selfish behavior?
But the selfish behavior is taking hold anyway, Don, so it makes sense to at least give you a chance, a team a chance at a three-point shot.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, sure you can.
Though I did enjoy that, particularly about the Hail Mary. I think it's a good point. The interception on a Hail Mary is it's such nonsense. I know Don. Let me not ask Don because he's in full bloom love. Let me ask you, Michael. Does it surprise you that San Francisco's favored by 3 in Philly? Am I missing something?
It's a little bit of a surprise, but I'm not shocked.
Well, Philly doesn't blow anybody out.
It surprised Cal Shanahan. You want to hear what he said?
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 49ers coach.
I do.
They're the home team. They've lost one game, but you're the favorites.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I don't really know how that stuff works, so I don't really know why. But it is random.
These coaches are just
I feel the exact. I mean, it's a 10-1 Eagles team at home.
But that's not why he's doing it. These coaches are just anything. Every coach wants to be a 20-point dog. Nobody believes in us. He just lost. He lost his pregame speech.
But in this case, it's very obvious. I mean, I saw it and immediately thought that. I'm sure he does
then
think
I think you would be ignorant if it wasn't your three-point play. I think it makes sense.
Now, are either of you two guys
sometimes
dabbling in Thursday Night Football?
I'm smelling it.
You are.
What? Yeah, I'm sniffing.
Yeah, something's wafting my way.
For those that don't know, it's Cowboys Seahawks, and the Seahawks are 9.5-point underdogs
in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Zofted though?
Well, Seattle's starting to lose it a little bit. They're last.
Yeah, but it's really dangerous to bet against Carroll. Just when you think they're done, they pull you back in.
Yeah, listen, I didn't,
true.
Peter, I didn't even blink picking against Carroll against the Niners. Didn't blink.
No, you didn't. You didn't hesitate at all, and that was in Seattle.
I was in Seattle.
But Seattle's still very much in it. 6-5.
Yeah, but have they won since the Commander game? I think they've lost 2 in a row, no?
I can't keep track of it.
I understand. There's a lot of balls in the air.
Excuse me? But yeah, I'm interested. The question is Dallas going to have some arbitrary game where they don't look like Dallas? Or is this going to fit into the Dallas story of the season, which is against teams that are mediocre, they destroy them, and they win tonight 45-6?
There is your bet. Let's see which way you lean. There's your bet. Do you think the Seahawks, as you say, are mediocre?
Oh, by the way, you can't take. I can't. There's someone out there who's a smarter man than me, maybe, or woman than me, who maybe would be able to take the Seahawks. I know right now, as God is my witness, both myself and Donald are only considering taking the Cowboys.
Right.
There's no one to me should have the stones to say the Seahawks are covering in Dallas.
The guy who's sitting on a Scrooge McDuck pile of money is considering it.
No, you're
not.
Yeah. But that's just. But you're horrible at this whole thing.
How am I horrible at it? Don's ahead of me by half a point.
I know, but why would you be considering?
Don't you try to get inside my mind? You can't live there.
I don't want to live there.
I don't want you there.
I'm not going to be there.
The thing is, the Cowboys, Eagles, they really haven't been tested. And I'm not saying the Seattle is any kind of a test, but the Cowboys got to win games here. That division can still be had. So they really can't sleepwalk through anything. And I think that Arizona game probably emboldened them. You know, they've scored 40-plus points 3 straight games. As Yes is showing the graphic, that's one shy of an NFL record.
Also, Prescott has recorded at least 250 passing yards and a passer rating of 100 or higher in 6 consecutive home games. With 250 passing yards and a passer rating of 100 or higher tonight, Prescott will become the second player in NFL history to reach those marks in 7 consecutive home games. You want to guess who the other guy is? Hall of Famer. Connection to the guy that's quarterbacking the Jets.
Was it connection to the guy that's quarterbacking the Jets?
Well, the injured quarterback of the Jets.
So you're saying it's Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Is it
That's not a
Brett Favre?
connection. That would be Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. I'll tell you know what? I'm going to say
96.
something that's going to make Peter sick to his stomach because it makes me sick to my stomach. If it wasn't for the fact that they're the Cowboys, I find this team to be very likable and rooting for them. But because of the piece of garbage owner they have and because of their history, I just can't do it. But I like the Dak story. I want to see him overcome. I think Parsons is a tremendous kid to watch. Love him.
Yeah. Great.
You know, there's a lot of nice, and even though I don't really think he's a great coach, I find Mike McCarthy to be root for him. And I got no love for the Eagles, not necessarily because of the division rival. It's just I just can't take the Eagles. I could stomach every other Philly team. I can. Don't hate the Flyers. Don't hate the Sixers. Don't hate the Phillies. Believe it or not, I don't. As a Met fan, I really don't hate the Phillies. Eagles, God. I might hate them more than the Cowboys if it weren't for their fans. The Cowboy fans are really the reason why you end up hating the Cowboys. But this is a likable team. They were likable under Landry, too. They only became hateable with Irvin and Emmett with his fake shoulder injury and all that.
And you also don't like Jerry.
Well, Jerry is just deplorable.
No, he's not.
He is.
He's not.
Michael, come on. He ran a
business.
White House. He ran a house where they can just have prostitutes and cocaine so they play better. That's not a good person. But that's not.
Yeah, but it worked. He knew his guys though.
Here's some stats on
doubted
tonight's
that.
game. Cowboys 5-0 against the spread at home this season.
You don't know.
Average margin of victory 29 points.
Maybe.
Cowboys are 11-3 against the spread at home, dating back to 2022. Cowboys are 3-2 against Seahawks are 3-2 against the spread on the road this season. 0-2-1 though against the spread in the last 3 road games. And Seattle 6-8 against the spread on the road, dating back to 2022.
You know what? I'm not touching this game.
Nah, because you're gutless.
No, it's because I have too much guts. Because I will only
strong.
It's 3 for Thursday.
3.
I will only pick Thursday if it's a 3, and you can't, in good conscience, Peter, make this anything more than a 1-point play. Because you're right. I don't know what Michael's thinking. If you're going to pick anybody, it's going to be the Cowboys, but you can't have a ton of confidence. It's December of Jace tonight, right? I mean, it's week 13. They've been on a run here.
I'm taking the Seahawks 1 point tonight. Give me 9.5. Seahawks 1 point.
Just a gutless,
just a puke of a person. Really.
At least I have a courage of my convictions.
No,
All
I
you're
have
doing is
no,
yapping your
I
gums.
have too much conviction. Again, I'm going to say for now until as long as we do the show together, I will never pick a 3. I will never pick a Thursday unless it's a 3.
You know
that's
what?
all it deserves.
That's your hill you want to die on. I don't care about that.
But you talk it up. But Peter, I don't know. You start talking it up, and then when you say 1 point, it's like it's.
You just said the only way you take this game is for a 1-pointer.
You know what it is, Michael. You know what you did.
What did
it's
I do?
1 point. You're playing pool with a rope. When you turn around and you tell everybody, I like the Seahawks. Oh yeah, I'm going to go against you guys. Yeah. And then 1 point play. Like, wah, wah.
You know what? Don't watch the game then. And I'll wake up 1 point ahead.
That's
so I can't watch the game? Like,
what's your? Can you tell me the logic one more time?
You never do that. You never do.
Because
what is it you're seeing?
First of all, I don't owe you that, but I owe it to the listeners.
That's right.
Seattle is better than it's played of late. Pete Carroll usually defies the odds.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys have not played even decent teams as they've rolled along of late. This is a Seahawks team that's not terrible. They're 6-5. I don't think they're going to win, but I don't think it's going to be a 10-point game. Cowboys stub their toe a lot when they're rolling. And every sane part of everyone's brain would say the Cowboys are going to win by 25. I'm not sane. I'm a lunatic. I think the Seahawks are going to keep it close.
You can't say lunatic and 1 point play in the same sentence.
That's a great point.
You are not going to goad me into making this a 3-point pick. You're not going to do it.
It's like attacking
you
people.
never go 3.
It's like trying to go on a killing spree with a pillow.
3-point pick a couple of weeks ago on a Thursday.
And you did you get it?
Yes, I got it.
Didn't you? So you did 1. And look at you. You're gutless again.
1 point. Let's just lay out.
It's game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Busy night for the locals here on 98.7. The Knicks host the Pistons at 7:30 with coverage starting at 7. In Brooklyn, the Nets take on the Hornets at 7:30. The pregame on Yes starts at 6:30. At 7, the Devils are in Philly to battle the Flyers, and the Islanders are down in Carolina to take on the Hurricanes at 7:30 with coverage starting at 7 on 10:50. That's game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. During the big games this season, enjoy a Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Remember, when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please enjoy responsibly.
Because I'm going to Carolina. We were Stop it. ASCAP is not getting on our butt for mumbling.
Yeah, there's no way.
Stop it.
There's no way for our mumbling of come on.
You know what, Anthony? Report them to ASCAP.
And I need to know. I need an answer. I need it immediately from Greek. Anybody over there at Yes.
No, they're full of it. I don't believe one of them.
So we can't sing a song for 30 seconds on the air. We've been told that, right?
I believe it has to be 10, yes.
All right, 10.
It's such nonsense.
But
I love
at
you
the
guys,
beach
but
bash and at the Christmas party, I'll sing a 5-minute song on the air.
You know what?
So I just heard from Greek. You're allowed. They'll just dump it on their side.
So they're dumping me on Yes during the Christmas party?
No, they aired the whole thing.
They're working on Christmas. They have to get the rights on Christmas.
So wait, so what did they do? So real quick,
Yeah, I want to know.
Someone handled the business and paid for Don to sing LL Cool J this past year?
Impossible, because nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Well, Michael wasn't there, so nobody reported us to the authorities.
Because it's Narcomania.
That's right.
All right, so I've got a question to ask Peter. This is even of a more import.
Come on.
Maverick Carter is the manager of LeBron James. So as part of an investigation in 2021, he admitted to making illegal bets with a bookie. What are you thinking, Mav? And the bets range anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 per bet. He doesn't recall whether he bet the Lakers. Doesn't recall. The team that he obviously would have the most information on doesn't recall. He didn't say he never did. He doesn't recall it. I mean, what could you be thinking saying, that's a good idea? I'm connected to the greatest basketball player probably of all time, if not the best and number 2. And I don't make enough money. I've got to illegally bet with a bookie.
$5,000. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead. This is risky. What I'm going to do right in this moment is risky, Dom, but it's the kind of guy I am. I'm stepping all the way out onto the ledge as far as I can, and I'm going to go on ahead and say that's not a great optic.
It's poor.
That's what I'm willing to say.
Bad luck.
That is and furthermore, I'll even add, it's not what you want.
It's not good.
I don't. For $5,000? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be stoked if I won $5,000. Maverick Carter?
Some people don't even need money, and they gamble just for the juice.
But then you should be then just bet something else. It doesn't even have to be. You know what I mean?
And at that time, gambling was still illegal in 38 states.
Why'd you say it like Joe?
Because I felt I was channeling Joe.
Illegal.
Why would Maverick
as illegal as
and
this?
I know that Maverick and LeBron go back to when they were teenagers.
Oh,
but it's almost like, I'm sorry, you got to get out of my orbit now. This is not good.
Yeah, if you're LeBron, you put him on TO.
He might have to be on
let him
TO.
go. No timeout. Fire him.
He's like his best friend.
I don't care. But then if he's the best friend, he wouldn't be betting on Laker games while he was managing me.
It's not the worst move of a friend of someone this week. There was this rapper, Nardo Wick, did a concert the other day, and after the concert, some fan kid runs up with his phone, not in a threatening fashion, and got knocked into critical condition by the guy's quote-unquote security.
Oh.
And afterwards, obviously, we gave him a hefty congratulations, you played yourself, because afterwards he said, I'm not in control of what other people do. It's like, yeah, but you are in control of bringing them with you.
Yeah, because he's on your
so
payroll.
It's on you.
So you're kind of the foreman of the situation. Also, you know what movie it is? I just thought about it. Especially something as illegal as this.
What is that again?
It's from Caddyshack.
Is that Ted Knight?
Yes.
Oh, God bless him.
Also in this investigation, Scottie Pippen also admitted to placing at least one wager with this guy, Wayne Nix. That's what they're investigating. So Carter's not being investigated. But Nix pled guilty last year to running a massive offshore gambling ring and filing false tax returns.
I have a very important announcement for everyone.
They play themselves.
I don't work for the NHL. I have nothing to do with them business-wise or fanatics. But NHL team stores right now have a 30% off site-wide code, everyone. Yeah, NHL Save 30. That's right. Just want everyone to know. Holiday season. Don, maybe you were thinking about getting a Canadians, black ice situation for Nancy. Oh, sorry, I'm being told Black Ice may not get the discount code. Anthony, do you spend all day investigating every word that I say? How did you know that?
Well, that's just because I tried to buy some Black Ice stuff yesterday and I couldn't use the code. So.
Also, the story about Josh.
Oh, we should have gotten you something. What a bad guy Michael is for not getting you something. Because it's the Michael K. Show, and your producer should have been laced up.
Nobody got me anything.
I did get something, but I figured my family would enjoy some stuff as well. So.
Well, I can't be concerned with your family, although I love you.
No, wait,
what did you get, Anthony?
I believe I got the Rangers hoodie. I think Winthrop has it.
Oh. Wow. You know what? I take back what I said. Michael,
Shout
you're
out
a great
NHL
guy.
store.
The alleged minor, who Josh Giddey is accused of having a relationship with, and her family are refusing to speak to policemen who are investigating the claims, this is according to TMZ Sports. TMZ Sports first reported Tuesday that Newport Beach, California police were looking into allegations which surfaced on social media last week for Giddey, a 21-year-old from Australia, was involved in a relationship with an underage girl. The consent in California is 18. So we kept saying the other day about Oklahoma where it's 16. Well, in California it's 18. But when they say that she's not cooperating, let's just go pull a birth certificate.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't really understand that. Like, so okay, they can't figure it out on their own.
It should be easy enough.
Well, maybe she's not admitting, although she said it on video that they had a relation. But maybe she won't admit that they have a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, what a mess. By the way, I was looking into this, like I was watching stuff on YouTube about this story, like with internet sleuths. It doesn't sound very good.
And he continues to play.
I got to love this. Aaron Boone quoting Caddyshack to me on the phone.
Yeah, it's a great guy right there.
Gambling is illegal in Bushwood, and I never slice. Damn. Okay, you can owe me. I owe you nothing. God, what a good movie. What a good man, Aaron Boone.
Although he's not doing well on the Monday Night Picks.
He's fine.
He's under 500 now.
No, really?
Yeah.
I thought he was doing well.
No. Last year he did great. I'm worried.
It's a legitimate concern for you?
I want him to do well at everything.
No, he's 5-5-2.
To me, that's under 500.
And also, you did him dirty last week, making him pick the Monday game on Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
But Peter, come on, you can't make a pick on a Wednesday for a Monday game.
You're crazy.
Bad enough we're doing Friday for Sunday. We got no other choice.
Well, aren't you embarrassed by the things you're saying right now?
Well, I just got a huge, huge text from Incarcerated Bob.
Okay.
He's throwing all his bets at Thursday.
And?
You want to know where he is?
He's on the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
That's right.
Plus 9.5. Seahawks over 17.5 team total.
That's right.
Cowboys, Seahawks over 47.5.
Because he's bright.
Big day for... Wow, Bob.
Well, now, so you rip me like I'm some complete... like rube, but Bob, nothing. Because you're afraid of Bob, aren't you?
No, because
I've never been to prison, and you're not afraid of me.
No,
Well,
no,
you
no.
should
You know
be
why?
afraid of me.
Because everything Bob does, and please do not get this word wrong, is with conviction. Because he's all in.
You're right.
You think he's throwing a 1-point play? If he was on this show, he'd be going 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Your little 1 point.
And my guess is, Bob's probably got 10 large on the game tonight. This is what he does. He's an animal.
Bob won large.
You think he's buying, making a $5 bet? This guy, he knows, even if he's wrong, he's going to go down in flames, man. Not like you, a 1-point play. You have no conviction. You have no spine.
You're not betting at all, are you? Jellyfish.
Well, I didn't like it. I was thinking about it. It was wafting. I gave it a nice sniff. Said, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah, sniff this. Anyway, FanDuel, Peter.
Oh, my God.
I was tired of being told by my doctor that my weight was always the root of my problems. Found changed that. I'm down 78 pounds because of Found, and I'm just getting started. Found paired me with a team of clinicians and found the right medication. Their team of behavioral experts helped me to make lasting changes. Finally, I found a program that fits my lifestyle, improved my health, helped me reclaim my confidence. Try it out. Head to joinfound.com to start.
My goal is to become the place where parents and caregivers come to find childcare that works for them.
My goal is to build the largest university in the world.
My dream is to be the telemedicine provider for kids and families to stop generational trauma.
I want to change culture. I want to enable these gaming communities to become self-sufficient. That's the goal.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic, free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. Sign up and get your favorite steak free for a year, plus $100 off. ButcherBox.
We just signed the lease on our third shop. I guess we're a chain now, right? We've worked so hard to get here. My assistant went to customink.com to get our new uniforms and merch with all the location names. Our custom gear helps him get our brand out into the community. He takes care of all of our custom ink orders. He was able to find great products, upload the new art, and have boxes sent directly to each of the shops. Custom Ink makes it so easy. Get started today at customink.com.
I'm Jessie Dover, co-founder of Dagny Dover. New York isn't for the faint of heart. The gear you carry around not only has to look good, but it has to work even better. That's why we create bags like the Landon Carryall, a bag that allows organizational junkies like me to be ready for whatever life brings. A bag that allows me to feel good about the things I carry. After all, this city is a reflection of who I am, purposeful, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes my way.
You've heard our story, the one about measuring twice, cutting once, and building something you're proud to put your name behind. What are we building? A different kind of workwear, inspired by the values of those who put in the work. Run. Try us on the job for 30 days risk-free.
Your favorite thing delivered right to your door means that you never have to stop doing your other favorite thing. Nailed it. Order McDelivery in the app.
'Twas the holidays at DraftKings, and all through the house, slot reels were spinning, jackpots were shouting. Jackpot! Presents were wrapped for our players with care, delivering offers all season. Celebrate anywhere. America's top online casino, spreading the cheer. It's holidays on the house. It's finally here. Download the app and play $5 to get $100 instantly in casino credits. The crown is yours.
Dive into the world of Win Reality. Experience unlimited at-bats from more than 600 pitchers. Training that simulates all game situations and head-to-head action with family and friends. Master your timing, pitch recognition, and hitting mechanics with expert coaching.
Let's see the progress.
So when your moment comes, you'll be ready. Win Reality. Baseball uncaged.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Get ready for the British Basketball League. 10 teams, one electrifying league. Global talent, local passion. The British Basketball League.
Tying up one more story that we talked about yesterday. So Corey Perry has apologized for, quote, inappropriate and wrong behavior that led the Blackhawks to terminate his contract. Quote, I would like to sincerely apologize to the entire Chicago Blackhawks organization, including ownership, management, coaches, trainers, employees, and my teammates. I would also like to apologize to my fans and my family. I feel embarrassed and I've let you all down. But he doesn't say what he did.
Well,
no one's saying
anything. So
but then that lets the stupid, silly, salacious rumors continue to be out there.
Are they stupid and silly?
If they're not true, they are.
But those were, I don't know how many times, how many people have to say that it's not the rumor, that it's not that.
Oh, but isn't it? I mean, it's so blatant that they're talking around what this guy did. It's almost like when Jason Giambi had that press conference after he was accused of using PEDs. This is after he was with the Yankees for a year. And he had this press conference and didn't apologize for anything. I'm sorry I did what what'd you do? Well, I'm not going to say.
Right.
Well, what did you do? So why are we having this press conference? So what are you apologizing for, Corey?
I don't know if he's under any obligation to say what he did if it wasn't
but
illegal.
here's the obligation, though, Don. The obligation is almost to the kid on the team that the rumors about with the mom. The obligation is to say that didn't happen. This is what happened. So by not saying what happened, that rumor continues to fester, and
but
it's
everybody
not
else
fair
has
to the kid on the team.
But everybody has squashed it.
Except for
including
Perry.
the general manager of the team. So, listen, if you're not going to believe it, then Corey Perry saying isn't going to convince you. So now he has to tell what really happened.
I did this. I had an inappropriate relationship with somebody who works in the front office. That squashes it.
No, but here's the thing, Michael, is that I don't know if the person maybe had the relationship wants it to go public.
Right.
You know, there's families involved here. Now, if there's something that illegally happened, well, then there's an obligation to tell the public what had taken place. But if it's just an indiscretion...
But it can't be an indiscretion, Don. To void a professional athlete's guaranteed contract, it's got to be something pretty serious.
No, if I had to guess, and again, I don't know anything, he must have had a relationship with somebody within the organization that's married. Now, is that illegal? No. But is it immoral? Does it cause a rift within the organization that you need to get out of the contract? Yeah, there's enough there to get out of a contract for something like that.
Well, he said he's seeking professional help for substance abuse. I've started working with experts in the mental health and substance abuse fields to discuss my struggles with alcohol, and I will take whatever steps necessary to ensure this never happens again. I hope to regain the trust and respect of everyone who's believed in me throughout my career. So drinking is not a proper reason to void a contract.
But it sounds to me like whatever he did, he was intoxicated at the time, and he's trying to tell you that might have influenced his decision to do it.
Right.
But, again, if it's not illegal and no crime was committed, is there any legal obligation or even a moral one for the Blackhawks to tell you what he did?
I guess not, other than the fact that this great young player is being dragged into this rumor. And I know everybody has said it's not true, but until this guy says what it is, people that are haters are going to continue to wonder why.
But even if he tells you what it is, people could say that's just a cover-up. That's a bogus story to cover. If people want to believe it, the salacious thing is what people want to believe.
Right.
If they want to believe it, they're going to believe it no matter what they're told. But there are families involved here. If he had relations with somebody in the front office who's married, I mean, would the husband want the world to know about it? Because I'm sure maybe this woman's going to continue to work there. Or maybe not. I don't know. But the fact is that there's families involved. They might have kids. Do you want to have to go to school to hear that your mom was with Corey Perry? I mean, I can understand that you can't protect it if a crime was committed, but I can understand where there could be families involved that you'd want to keep it quiet, right, Peter? I mean, that just makes sense. It's the right thing to do, I think.
No,
I guess the whole thing's not what you want. It's an uncomfortable conversation, period.
I have a question for Peter. When I'm confused, I come to Peter. So we didn't even talk about this the last couple of days, but the Mavericks, Mark Cuban, has sold the majority interest in his team for an incredible amount of $3.5 billion. In 2000, he bought the team for $283 million. So pretty darn good Shark Tank investment.
He did all right.
But here's what I don't get. So Marvin Adelson's widow, a Vegas magnate, has bought it. She took 10% of her fortune and bought it. Imagine 10% of your fortune being $3.5 billion. Anyway, but he maintains control of all basketball operations. What deal? Why would she do that? She owns the team and she's letting him run it? Why?
Well, because there's obviously money to be made through it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, but I mean, you wouldn't say that Mark Cuban is the Ozzie Newsome of the NBA. I mean, okay, he's had one title. They've been a good team for a long time.
Right, but it's been a business success, though, as you just pointed out.
Right, but
and she wants to just continue with what it is, give him some money, continue with what it is, let him have the prestige of being that guy, and she reaps the business.
No, yeah. So how much of the percentage?
I don't know what the majority is. I don't know how much. I think he's maintained a small minority.
It's got to be close to. It's got to be in the 70 or 80 percentile, right?
Yes, that she bought. Yeah.
Yeah. So if let's say she bought 80% of the team, and she gets 80% of the profits, it sits back, doesn't have to do anything. If she trusts Mark, and it's great for Mark, he makes all this money. He still gets 20% of a winning venture, and he gets to still be the face of the franchise and still be able to say that he's the owner.
No, I mean, we've known this for a while. He's a genius because, I mean, imagine getting $3 billion and then still running the team. I mean, it's the best of all worlds. There's no risk for him anymore.
And then, as we know, Michael, this woman can turn around a decade from now and probably sell that 80% for $6 billion. The way it's not going down, it's only going up.
And a lot of people are wondering, conjecturing, that Cuban, who also said that this is his last year on Shark Tank, 16 years, that he might be running for president as an independent. And then you start to do the math. Well, who does that affect more? Does it affect the Republicans? Does it affect the Democrats? Who's he taking votes away from if he does run?
Interesting. Well, and obviously he's going to need a lot of that money that he got in the sale for his campaign.
How serious a conversation is that?
That's a big rumor. He has not commented on it. But he is also, he's always like dipped his toe in the political waters.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
I played in the celebrity game with him. I'm not feeling him as a president.
I mean, there are a lot of people that became president that you weren't feeling as a president.
You know what? That's not true. Hey, Frank Isola with maybe a tweet of the year candidate. Can Point God come in 3 minutes before the bell from Twitter?
Do it.
Frank Isola retweeted Sports Illustrated's cover. Deion Sanders is SI's Sports Person of the Year.
That's a stretch.
To which Frank reposted it and wrote, Deion did win 4 games this year, while Novak Djokovic only won 3 Grand Slams. In fact, he lost the other Grand Slam final he played in. So strictly based on numbers, 4 beats 3. Now it makes absolute sense.
It's a reach by SI. I mean, SI has not had a good week.
I mean, if I was to be honest, I'd say SI probably hasn't had a great decade or two.
Yeah, but this week has
direction
been
things have
brutal.
been going.
I mean, AI, they fictionalized writers who had AI stories. They fictionalized writers that didn't exist. They made a picture.
Now, Michael, I know you've been.
Oh, that's.
There's a lot of good people that have worked at Sports Illustrated.
Great people.
But magazines are deader than newspapers.
Yeah, but they're not running as a magazine anymore, really. Mostly online.
Yeah, but even online, it's still. It's not the same. Sports Illustrated
it's
was
hard
like
to,
the Bible.
I like what Deion Sanders is doing in Colorado for the most part. He lost 7 of his last 8 games.
Right.
It's hard to be Sports Person of the Year.
I mean, he made for a really good entertainment for a moment and a really good story that maybe at some point will lead to that. But this year, it seems like probably not.
Peter, I don't know if you know this, but the Michael K. Show holiday party returns on Friday, December 8th.
Yeah, at your
mother's house
Would
in
you say?
Garden City Park, Long Island. We should invite Aaron Boone to come by. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, including ticket packages from the Jets, Knicks, Rangers, and Islanders. Plus, special guest appearances. Really special. Stick around and find out who they are.
I also think, I don't want to interrupt this. I'm sorry, Michael, but at your mother's house, shouldn't Jay and Mindy be there?
They should be.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a great point.
Now, my mom's not driving out there, and I'm sure as hell not going to go pick her up. So,
what a son!
So it's not happening.
Oh, I mean,
this is
I got to
so
go out to Long
exciting.
Island from Central Jersey. I got to North Jersey to pick her up. No, the station should take care of the both
Don't
of
you
them,
have
right,
to
Peter?
go from Central through North to get to the...
You don't know how I go.
It's not really out
And
of
by
your
the
way.
way,
It's just you don't want to do it.
You know what, Don? You're completely right. I can absolutely see the station getting a car service and flight for my mom, putting her up in a hotel, and getting everything else squared
What's
away.
the
You're 100%
helicopter Uber, Blade?
Yeah.
I don't think Blade would do D.C.
Why not? It's not a hub?
I think Blade is for short distances. It's for within an hour.
How much do you think that would? Michael, you've taken it from Baltimore to New York. How much is a helicopter?
That wasn't
cost?
Blade. That wasn't Blade. That was
like a really high-end helicopter. I had nothing to do with paying for it.
But ESPN did. So I mean,
It
how
had to
much
be
could
like-
it be?
I'd say 10 grand.
Come on, it's the holidays, Peter. 5 each.
Oh, so what are they
It's a
going
nice
to? Are they going to start in D.C. and then go to like northern Jersey to pick up? I can't picture Jay LaGreca getting on a helicopter.
Yeah, that's what makes it so great, right? I mean, yes, we'd have footage of it. It'd be come on, it'd be epic. See, we don't want to be great. I don't know what it is.
Can I finish my read, Don?
Go ahead. If
Sure,
you got
go
it.
ahead.
So please mark your calendars and get ready to spread some cheer at the Michael K. Show holiday party. It's Friday, December 8th. Where is it? It's at your mother's house in Garden City Park, Long Island. Brought to you by the New York Islanders, Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, Yingling Traditional Lager, and Flight by Yingling, the perfect beers for the holiday season. Security Dodge. Visit securitydodge.com and come get some selection. And it all benefits the Garden of Dreams Foundation. Peter, tell us about Security Dodge.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. So you can always be prepared and enjoy the important things. Sign up for ButcherBox today.
The path to business success is often unpredictable. Managing your bank account doesn't need to be. Find your flow with powerfully smooth banking that keeps you focused on bringing your vision to life. The simplest decision is often the right one. Introducing IO, the company credit card that offers 1.5% cash back on everything and streamlines card management.
I'm Jessie Dover, co-founder of Dagny Dover. New York isn't for the faint of heart. The gear you carry around not only has to look good, but it has to work even better. That's why we create bags like the Landon Carryall, a bag that allows organizational junkies like me to be ready for whatever life brings. A bag that allows me to feel good about the things I carry. After all, this city is a reflection of who I am, purposeful, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes my way.
Custom Ink helps us celebrate and drive our students' achievements with custom gear. They love Custom Ink's different styles and designs. We love how Custom Ink makes the process simple with their easy-to-use design lab, expert artists ready to help, and unbeatable customer service. Custom Ink allows our kids to show everyone their accomplishments and the pride they have in our school. When we place an order, I know they got our back, so we can focus on the kids.
Custom Ink has hundreds of products to help you feel connected. Upload your logo or start your design today at customink.com.
All right, here we go. It's a big responsibility to be a designer. Dagny Dover is a bag brand based in New York City, founded by 3 women. We make hyper-functional, performance-driven bags. That's like a mouthful. We're all about getting the most out of life. When you're organized and you have your things together, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can live life intentionally. Oh, it's pronounced Dagny Dover. Dagny means new dawn. It's a new dawn for fashion.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
Get ready for the British Basketball League. 10 teams, one electrifying league. Global talent, local passion. The British Basketball League.
Did you see that? Yep. Looks like rain. Also looks like McDelivery. Order McDelivery in the app.
We heard you, Jersey, clear and loud. So we built you a new Hard Rock app made for New Jersey. And we'll match your first deposit plus throw in up to 1,000 free spins when you sign up for Hard Rock Bets. New fun and games added each month with more slots from Atlantic City. Brand new loyalty redeemed straight from your phone or in person. And new ways to withdraw. Faster, simpler, easier. Now our bets hit different because your app is different. Sign up now to get your first deposit matched and up to 1,000 free spins.
So it's decided. We'll park even deeper into parking spaces so people think they're open.
Surprise! Can't hear you, Jerry.
Sorry. Yeah, can we get a system where when someone's bike is in the shop, then we could borrow someone else's?
No. Or you can get a quote with America's #1 motorcycle insurer and maybe save some money while you're at it.
All in favor of that.
There's a lot of buttons and knobs in here.
If you watch Yes Network on TV, then you get the Yes app for free. Download the app to stream the Nets and experience the game in a whole new way. With a live stat overlay to track your favorite players. Free-to-play gaming with big cash prizes. And earn and redeem rewards for gift cards and gear. So remember, if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free. Download now.
The Library of Congress invites you to visit the revamped Veterans History Project website, where first-hand accounts shared by U.S. military veterans are accessible to the public. Performing a search of the collection is easy. First, go to loc.gov/vets. Click Explore the Collections. Scroll down to Search the VHP Collections and click. Make sure you're searching this collection, and with simple keywords, you can find what you're looking for. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
New Yorkers have an answer for everything, but in the face of an emergency or disruption, we could all stand to be more prepared. With Notify NYC, you can get hyper-local, verified alerts from the City of New York, telling you about what's happening directly around you and what you should do about it. and maybe give a friend a helping hand. Get ready with Notify NYC. For more information and to sign up, visit nyc.gov/notify or call 311 or download the Notify NYC app.
I have sickle cell. I've had lots and lots of blood transfusions over my lifetime. I'm most grateful that people are willing to go out there and take their time, their blood, and give me new life.
Chris Sheeran back here for the Michael K. Show. The Nets could make it 4 straight wins on their current 5-game homestand tonight when they host the Hornets at Barclays Center. Royce O'Neal has hit 12 threes over his last 2 games. Dorian Finney-Smith is averaging close to 11 points per game and is shooting 44% from deep. Both of these guys are already being looked at by contenders as potential trade targets, but with the Nets over 500 and keeping things together while players are getting healthy, it seems a little early for anything to happen just yet. But it's worth keeping an eye on after something like this comes out. The players themselves are always asked about the rumors, and they could shed some light on their names coming up already in the market. Maybe we'll hear about it tonight on our hour-long pregame show, which begins our Nets coverage at 6:30 with opening tips scheduled for a little after 7:30 right here on Yes, and streaming, of course, on the Yes app.
Quote in The Athletic, a comeback this year before the 4-month mark would mean I'm not 100% healthy. So it would be a risk for myself, for the team to sign off on. If we're out of it, I would be surprised if they would okay that to come back.
Well, there you go. So
interesting, right?
So there's always been the thought, too, that this is all just to motivate the team to keep playing hard, keep winning, stay relevant, so that if he does come back, the season's still alive and he can play.
Hasn't worked.
No, and because I don't think it's a lack of motivation. I just don't think they're good enough.
Right.
But could they beat Atlanta? Sure. Could they beat Houston? You know, listen, if they Texans turn the ball over 4 times, yeah. And if he's targeting the Commander game, it's possible. And 9-8 might be able to get you in. So even a loss in one of the next 2 could still keep them mathematically alive. But how can you convince anybody, guys, if they lose the next 2 and have 9 losses going to the Commanders game, that they're still, I don't care what the math will say, they're not alive?
Let's go to Danny in Long Island. Danny?
Always a pleasure.
There he is.
Good
There he
afternoon,
is.
boys. Getting ready for my first trip to Pittsburgh. Hard to believe. This will be me.
What? First time?
That's right. That's right.
It's a 6-hour drive,
At a young age. I got married at a young age. There was always more better, important things to spend money on. And me and my 3 adult children are flying in Saturday night. We got a 1:00 game, 4:30 in the casino for the afternoon game. And let's just hope the Steelers win. And it's going to be great.
Oh, have a good time. It's a great city, by the way. Underrated city.
It's a fantastic city. You literally, you never went in your life.
I never went. I've been to Steeler games in the Meadowlands, Baltimore. I think I went to Philly once or twice. I've never been to Pittsburgh. Never had the resources to blow out. I had the resources, but raised by a father in depression, always had soccer games, football games to go to. So that's the story. Now we're living.
Nice.
Go to Hyde Park. It's a nice
interesting conversation. It's a really interesting conversation, Don. I know this is controversial because Danny and I are very close.
Right.
At this stage, to have never been to a game in Pittsburgh is fraud on the table.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
No, not the way he just outlined everything. Come on. It wasn't a lack of desire.
Hold on. Danny. They don't play in Honolulu, bro. This is a $45 drive. You stop in Breezewood for some Burger King. You're there by kickoff. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I love the guy, but we always challenge each other on fraudulence. Not what? Danny, how old are you?
57.
57.
It is a little surprising, Danny, but I get
it surprises me a little
but the
bit,
way he
just a little
outlined
bit.
everything, how do you do it?
I
grew up in the Depression.
Listen, let me help Peter out with something. I got 2 other points I'd like to make. One's actually an NFL point.
Okay.
Peter, I perused the menu at the mother's house, and me and you and Mike are going to sit down. I've ordered a couple appetizers. I really think he's going to enjoy.
Oh, great! I want to do this like I'm thinking every half hour, 45 minutes, we hit him with something else. What you got?
Margarita chicken nachos with all the accoutrements you could imagine dripping off it. Mike was a big fan of that. shrimp avocado, some kind of avocado shrimp thing.
Oh.
Spinach dip. I know Mike loves that.
Michael, you love spinach dip?
Artichoke dip.
I don't like spinach, no.
Calamari and a big bowl of guacamole.
Yeah, see, I don't think I would. I don't think I'd try calamari.
You have to bring a bologna sandwich for you.
Here's what we can't do. If we do this next week, because Michael told me he's down for us to throw different foods at him, but I made a promise to him. The next day he's going on a trip. He's got his big boat ride. He's setting the sea. Here's the thing. We can't do it with seafood. I'm not going to hit him with shrimp. I'm not going to hit him with calamari. I think that's a bridge too far. But nachos, absolutely. I think we can definitely find some things to hit him with.
And I'm up for it because I'm in that kind of mood.
But do you hear the kind of quality friend I am? You wouldn't do the same back to me, but Don,
because if he gets mercury poisoning, we'll never hear the end of it.
Exactly. So I'm not going to try to force shrimp on you, but I do think there are a lot of things.
coconut shrimp in my life.
That coconut shrimp is delicious. It's the definition of shrimpage. It's just crunchy deliciousness. It barely even resembles shrimp.
I had it at Ruth Chris, I believe.
Yeah, they know what they're doing over there.
They do.
Did you like the recommendation of Hyde Park? That's a good place in Pittsburgh, right?
Yes, it is good. Yeah, there's a lot of great restaurants on that hill. I forget the name of it. Really wonderful restaurants.
Do you mean Squirrel Hill?
No, the one where
that's the name.
Kind of overlooks the city, and you take those little ferries up there.
Oh, the Washington. Is it like Mount Washington? What is it?
Yeah, Mount something. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, really good restaurant.
It's a beautiful town. I'm right now. Let's see. No calamari. How about a barbecue pulled pork quesadilla?
Give it a shot.
You ever had a quesadilla?
Nope. And it's perfect for me. Quesadilla.
How about Mexican-style corn?
I'm not real big fan of corn.
How about a fried green tomato? Ever done it?
No.
How about a Philly cheesesteak roll?
Give it a shot.
Wow, you hearing this?
It's so amazing. The sacrifices he makes for the betterment of the show.
What about buffalo mac and cheese?
I never had it, but I would give it a shot. I said I'm going to try things.
This is going to be, I'm telling you, next Friday, this just can't miss. This you have to be at your mother's house.
Yeah.
This is going to be a happening.
Yeah, bacchanal, as Michael likes to say.
Hey, it's Michael K. I love when I get to talk about our friends.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
All right, here we go. It's a big responsibility to be a designer. Dagny Dover is a bag brand based in New York City, founded by 3 women. We make hyper-functional, performance-driven bags. That's like a mouthful. We're all about getting the most out of life. When you're organized and you have your things together, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can live life intentionally. Oh, it's pronounced Dagny Dover. Dagny means new dawn. It's a new dawn for fashion.
Switch to Square and take charge of your business and your time. Switch to fast setup and even faster checkouts. Switch to making every sale, every way you want, and every way they want too. Switch to one system connecting every tool to every task, even as your business grows. Switch to taking control and taking more free time, whatever that means to you. Make the switch to Square today. Visit square.com to get started.
With ButcherBox, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. We deliver grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get high-quality meat sourced from trusted partners with free shipping always. So you can always be prepared and enjoy the important things. Sign up for ButcherBox today.
Welcome to the Athletic Basketball Show. Folks, the league is in absolute chaos. Players going off pretty much every other playing picture that, when it clears, could leave a few future Hall of Famers. It might all come down to some rookie taking free throws. Is on pace to break the
The Athletic. Subscribe today.
Get ready for the British Basketball League. 10 teams, one electrifying league. Global talent, local passion. The British Basketball League.
Does it still count as ending the night with McDonald's if you order it for breakfast the morning after? I'm ordering either way. Order McDelivery in the app.
History.
What's up, everybody? Chef Marcus Samuelson here at Home Plate, New York. Today, it's all about Mr. Paul O'Neill. Out of all the Yankees that I cooked with, you have the best eating habits by far.
98 best team that I was ever part of.
Check out Home Plate New York, streaming now on the Yes app.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
I love what Don tried to do yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it worked.
No? I thought it was perfect.
It wasn't as good. Anthony, give us your honest take. How does the old one sound versus that one?
I think we're used to the old one a lot more. I don't know, maybe it's because the crowd is further away on the
I liked it.
Original.
I liked it.
Don, Michael, you have a thought?
I like the old one.
Yeah,
I'm not a big change person.
No, we know you hate change. ENN tonight, by the way, is brought to you by our friends over at Security Dodge. Go see Michelle Scalisi.
So if you go to Security Dodge, Peter, do you actually get to see Michelle Scalisi? Is she there?
I think so. I think very often she is. Sure.
I thought Michael was going to ask, do you get some?
Oh, no.
I like my job.
Can I join?
Loves his job.
No, but she says, come get some. I'm thinking to get some great deals. It's authentic.
Some means selection. Don't you listen to my spots?
You know what? Selection.
Let's start off by saying good evening to myself and Michael. Oh, my God.
Keep saying that. They're going to think they joined OnlyFans.
To Don and Michael.
He never officially played in Kansas City. He was in camp with the Chiefs and I believe got cut when he tried to extend his career. So that wouldn't count.
Too bad.
Is he headed to the laminated list, Michael?
Headed?
There?
He's already
on
laminated.
it. I mean, he took an unwarranted swipe at me.
What do they call those attacks again?
Ad hominem.
Yeah.
I didn't deserve it. I didn't even. I was going after Peter, and then he goes after me.
What do they call those? An homina? Is that the way you say it?
Ad hominem.
I was asking, so I don't know. I got jumped.
I'm not done saying hello to people.
I understand.
Let's say good evening to Michael and Don.
I gave it a nice sniff. Said, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah, sniff this.
And to Don.
I got a guy doubled over. I win.
To Michael and Don.
Yeah, sniff this. Anyway, FanDuel, Peter.
Oh, my God.
I got to find it first.
And to Amani Toomer.
I mean, hey.
Got friend in there.
Who was the one stammering guy that we had back in the day? Remember, Michael? And
Well, hey. There's hey.
Yeah, that should be the new hey.
I got the hey out of that guy with the Joe Namath comment.
Yeah, what was that?
What was it? What was it?
They never had a player that was injured. I said, how about Joe Namath? He was injured.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, wow. And he said,
it was one of the first times that we broke a listener.
hey. I mean, he literally says the exact same hey twice.
Yeah. No, he was staggered. It was like George Foreman at the end of the fight with Ali.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a standing 8 count kind of moment when that happened. Wow.
It's not Tyson
And
Spinks. His head's not hanging over the apron, but it's close.
You guys want to hear from Coach Hack?
I'm good.
I'd love
What do
to.
you say?
Okay, here's Nathaniel Hackett. He feels like he's pressing as a coach.
Sometimes it's experimenting with too many new things instead of building a foundation, or trying to take too many shots, or try to get unique runs instead of just letting those guys go to work. So I think as a coach, we're always looking from within first, because that's what we can control. There's so many things that we can't control when they go out on that field that you want to do everything you can for those guys. So sometimes you just have to let them go out and play and give them the looks and trust that they're going to execute it. And I think that's where I got to be with them.
You know what my first reaction was when I heard that? This is experimental, what they're doing? He's doing funky stuff. I'm not seeing it. This is about as bland and vanilla of an offense as you can ever, and I'm not even blaming him. It's hard to have a great offense when the quarterback can't play, but this is experimental? I don't know. Why don't you tell us what you think, Amani?
Hey.
Oh, that's not what you want. He was really good today, too. And this is what you do. All it took was one little bit of being critical in a funny way. And you see that? How fast, Don, it immediately gets him on the eliminated list?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't take much.
Just a little bit of fun.
I'm really surprised, Peter, that we're not on that list.
How do you know?
Because I think you would really enjoy telling us.
You've teetered on the edge, Don.
Well, I mean, after 20 years, I would be disappointed if I didn't. After the way you were so quick with Amani.
I mean, as recently as 2 weeks ago, you were about to be written in, but I said, you know what? There's too much good stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago, Peter, it was a really dark
You were
period.
that close to lamination.
Well,
but, a lot of great teams don't last 22 years, so we've exceeded expectations.
Yeah, it was
everything is a bonus now.
It's like a Reggie Jackson, Sal Bando moment or something like that, right?
Like Mike and Kristen last 22 years, right, Don?
No. What'd they go, 89 to what?
Until Chris bolted for Sirius.
08? So what would they do, 19?
Yep, something like that.
Yeah, and also not the biggest fans of each other, let's be honest. I mean, relative to you guys. They're fine with each other.
Wasn't there a story, Don?
They're Hall & Oates.
That it was Mike's wife had to convince him to invite Chris to the wedding?
I heard something like that, yeah.
Don was one of the first people on the list. Didn't have a good time, but he was there.
Well,
Don, is that true?
No. No. I've been to FAN weddings. I've never been to Mike or Chris's weddings.
Whose weddings have you been to?
I was at Jerry Recco's wedding.
Oh, I heard it was the event of the year.
I don't know why you got to go there. It was a fine wedding.
It was. I got nothing.
The great thing about Jerry's wedding, it was the night of the Larry Johnson 4-point play.
I was at the Garden that night,
and we were in a parking lot listening to the end of the game.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Yes.
Is that really a compliment to the wedding? If you walk away and you say the best thing about the wedding was Larry Johnson's 4-point play.
Did I say the best thing about the wedding? I said it was a memory from the wedding.
Okay.
I mean, listen, was it a great wedding? Yeah. I mean, but I've gone to a lot of weddings, so I can't get
What kind of
overly
gift did you
specific. I was financial. At the time, this is what was that, 98? No, 99, because that was the year they went to the final.
Money then?
No. But I'm sure I gave, because I brought Nancy, so it was probably $200, probably.
Oh.
Look at you.
That's a loss for them.
What? No, it wasn't.
There's no way the plate, it was $100 a plate back then.
Wait, what year?
99.
99?
Wait, why? It absolutely was $100.
Well, what did they have? Like pigs in a blanket?
No, see that this is
See,
where
no. You know
people.
what, Don? I'm jumping in to defend my man Jerry Recco.
I'm not
here.
rocking Recco.
Well, not everyone got married at the Plaza. $100 a plate.
He got
in
mad. It was like down like the Jersey Shore. It was some close to.
It might have been $19
Dude,
a plate. They killed it.
Whatever. I don't remember.
You
I'm
think you
guessing,
covered
but
the number?
I'm sure
He
I covered the
covered.
plate.
Then you know
He
what?
covered.
And I stand down. If you think you covered the number with that minuscule gift, then that's fine.
No. You know what? You're such a piece of filth. Yesterday on the show, you said you gave Steve Farr the same thing.
Right.
And when did he get married? 93?
93.
So what are you talking about? Wow. Can I get point guard?
But you know, because Steve Farr's wedding was a destination wedding, I had to pay for a hotel, travel to get there.
Well, it was Farr is what you're saying.
Yeah, it was far.
Was there a bridge?
Wow. Wow.
I'm not going to have. Listen, I know we snipe at each other with the stations. Jerry's salt of the earth. He's a great human being, and it was a tremendous wedding.
I won't devalue.
I like Jerry Recco.
Very good.
Other people I don't like there, but I like Jerry Recco.
You know, I've never. I don't know the man, but he seems lovely
and does a good job. He's very good at what he does.
Would you recommend the food from the wedding, Don?
I mean, it was.
Sorry.
It was 24 years ago. I don't remember.
Well,
I don't remember being disappointed. And really, has anybody walked out of a wedding disappointed in the food?
Yeah.
More often than
When
not.
you and Nancy were driving home, were you saying good things about the wedding or bad? Because that's when people get snippy. We had glowing stuff to say about Peter's wedding on the ride.
And the food in particular.
No, just the whole vibe.
I think everything was good.
Well, you were so enamored with Ebro's looks, it was hard for you to even
He's a
concentrate.
handsome guy. I wasn't expecting that. I came into it thinking he was an old man because his name is Old Man Ebro. But no, he's a delight.
Did you hear his big announcement on the radio show today?
He's shaving?
No, bigger than that.
What?
Baby on the way.
Oh!
Yeah. Issa's going to be an older sister, and congratulations to Ebro and Jazz.
So this would be in Ebro fertilization.
Come on, that was it. Come on,
that was the level of dot connecting. That was
okay. Yeah, sometimes you have to really, really buy in.
That was tough though.
Bridge,
what you just did.
Bridge 2 is funnier because we never met the Farrs. We've met Ebro.
Right.
Broke bread with the man.
Let's hear from Damian Woody, who was on Unsportsmanlike this morning, has some strong feelings about the possibility of an A-Rod comeback this year.
Hell no. Like, why? This is a lost season. This is a lost season for the Jets, all right? They're 4-7. Aaron Rodgers coming back is not going to move the needle at all for the Jets. They have bigger issues beyond Aaron Rodgers. Okay, Aaron Rodgers will be in that pocket and be a sitting duck for all those defensive linemen that's coming at him.
Oh, yeah.
Why
Sweep the leg.
Yeah.
Sweep the leg. Karate Kid.
Yeah, like,
Sweep
why
the leg.
would you even put Aaron Rodgers in harm's way? This should be the next step in the rehab process with all eyes towards 2024. 2023, lost. Done.
All right, let's have some fun. Of the three of us, does any one of the three of us believe that he's going to take a snap this year?
No.
No for me, too.
I think he'll take a preseason kind of thing. He'll play a series and get out to show that he can do it. He will dress.
You see what he did today, Peter? This is perfect for ENN.
What's
Jets
that?
just sent it out like 8 minutes ago, so maybe you didn't get it. They had him doing ticket sales. He had on the headset and he was taking phone calls.
I got to tell you, that's good business right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Especially considering they're asking for more money next year. So after this season.
He's doing everything right for them.
Bradley Cooper was on Howard Stern this week.
Interesting.
And Howard asked him, would he rather get another Eagles Super Bowl or win an Oscar?
You win the Oscar, not only for Best Director, but Best Actor, and Carey Mulligan wins Best Actress, or the
Eagles have a Super Bowl victory, what
Eagles
do you
Super
choose?
Bowl victory.
What?
Wow.
What?
Eagles. I know.
You're lying
I'm
now,
sick.
aren't you?
I
You're
don't
lying.
think so, bro. No. I'm
You
not
know you
lying.
live in New York now, right?
I don't get that.
Yeah.
I understand being a fan, but winning the Academy Award means that you're at the top of your industry. The Eagles
Yeah, but
winning the
maybe-
Super Bowl doesn't change your life one bit.
Yeah, but maybe for him, he's made it to where he wants to make it. Awards would be really cool, but it doesn't beat the joy of this team that you adore.
Yeah,
I mean, I listen.
He's lying, by the way. I
don't
appreciate
think
what
he's
you're
lying.
trying to do there. He's lying.
What, really?
Yes, without question, he's lying. First of all, they've won already.
Well,
All right?
yeah. You know what? It would have been more believable.
It
had
would have
they
been more
not
believable
won.
had they had never won.
That's a
All
good
right?
call. You know what? Give Don the point.
And number two, and is that he realizes the abuse he would get from Eagle fans if he said that he'd
that's
rather
because
win
they're
the Oscar.
psychotic maniacs.
And he also is like really tight with the owner, and he's in the owner's box all the time. So this way, he looks like. I mean,
Yeah.
come on,
For people to attack me and say, "Well, fan, dude, there's nothing to be able to be appreciated for something that you do." And now, with directing and acting, and to win an Oscar, to get that validation for what you do for a living, that I would believe it if they had never won.
So he doesn't
By the way-
subscribe to "I'm rooting for me."
Well, he also roots for him. But here's the one thing I will say that I don't think either of you all the way understand with football. To be an adult, and that's why, Don, you really won the point guard with saying it would have been before they won.
You can't
But,
give
like,
out a
for me-
retroactive point guard, so just stop that nonsense.
Well, it's his thing, Mike. Leave him alone.
Yeah, you know what? And he's my point guard. But for me, I did my weekly this today with B. Mitch and Finley in D.C. And we're unfortunately now already in post-mortem mode for the Commanders. And I said to them, the heartbreak of a football fan. No one told me in 1991 when I was watching the same man who I was talking to today, Brian Mitchell, become, Don, you'd agree, the greatest punt returner in the history of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the Redskins become one of the greatest Super Bowl teams in history. No one taps you on the shoulder and goes, hey, 12-year-old Peter, one day you'll be nearly 45 years old, married a second time, have a full career, own a home, be in the midst of an entire adult
Be
life.
the parent
You
of two
will
dogs.
You'll be the parent of two beautiful dogs. And you will have no idea what it feels like to do this
so
again.
let's.
It's a lot,
Let's
man.
get a better
I
read.
want that so bad.
This is a person that we can actually ask this question to. Spike Lee is on the line.
No.
Okay.
Now, we know he loves the Knicks.
Gentlemen.
Spike, would you rather win an Academy Award or have the Knicks win a championship?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be very quick, but thanks for having me on.
Of course.
Of course.
I have two Academy Awards.
Right.
One is the like honorary thing where I didn't get, and then I won a screenplay, adapted screenplay for Black Klansman.
Mm-hmm.
I was at May 8th, 1970. I was there at Game 7. I was 13 years old. I would trade my honorary Oscar for Knicks winner ring.
But not the one that you actually earned.
So, yeah, I would turn that thing in so quick, heads would spin.
But what about the Black Klansman one? What about Black Klansman?
I won the Academy Award for that. Best adapted screenplay.
But you wouldn't give
So
that
you
up.
wouldn't trade that. That one you're not trading.
No, I'm keeping that one. I would keep up the honorary one.
So do you believe what Bradley Cooper's saying, that he would rather the Eagles win a Super Bowl than him winning for the Leonard Bernstein movie?
Yeah, me and Bradley are real good friends. If you guys haven't seen Maestro, it's a great, great film. He's getting nominated many. I mean, he co-wrote it, acting in it, directed in it. I mean, he is a tour de force. And also, he's an Eagle guy. I grew up in Philly, so I believe what he told Howard Stern.
I don't get it.
See?
I don't get it.
Thank you, Spike. Thank you, Spike. You're a real fan. You understand.
All right, I'm going to jump off. Thank you,
All right,
guys.
thanks,
Thank you for having me. We're getting there real quick.
Always, of course.
Now,
please. I'm telling you, to be 44 and have not felt this feeling since I was 12. Even 2 weeks ago, guys, when the Giants beat the Commanders, that moment, even though I knew we weren't going to win the Super Bowl this year, that moment when I knew the season's over, it breaks my heart every year.
Of course, but let's equate it to what Spike is saying. If Spike wins the Academy Award for Do the Right Thing, that he directed, wrote, and starred in, like Bradley Cooper did for Maestro, and the Knicks won a championship in 2016, he is not saying that he'd rather have the Knicks championship.
No,
that's the equal. If they had never won, and Maestro was just something he was in, come on, Michael, I'm with you.
No, I think he said that too, because the honorary award he'd give up.
Yeah,
But
he
the
wouldn't
one
give
for
up the Black Klansman.
He didn't. And also something that you said, Peter, it resonates with me because I saw this on social media. It really struck a nerve, struck a heartstring. You know, there's one like when your kids ask you to play outside and you're tired or something like that, or they want to like snuggle with you in bed. At some point, that's going to be the last time they ever ask you. You don't know when that last time is going to be. Wow. You just don't know. So Peter didn't know when he was watching that Super Bowl as an acne-faced 13-year-old that was the last time he was going to see a Super Bowl. He didn't know. He would have embraced it more.
Not only that, I thought because they won in '87 and then again in '91,
you thought they were going to be the Yankees.
This is what we are. Right. I mean, by the way, prior to that, keep in mind, everyone had told me what they'd been like in the early '80s. I was too young, but of course I knew about John Riggins, and I was like, oh, this team's just always good. I didn't. You never know.
You felt like a Yankee fan.
I did. That's what it was like. And guess what, though? But Yankee fans at the time, they didn't feel like Yankee fans. It's bizarre. Hey, there are reports that Mike McDaniel stole a player's girl at one point.
Oh.
Let's. This is now. Is this the girl who's now his wife?
Yes.
The story is the girl was dancing with a player. He cut in, took the dance away, married the girl. Here's Mike McDaniel on the story.
The perceived threat that I made to a player was over the top a joke, considering both he and I knew that as a running back coach I had no ability to say if he was there or not. It was more in jest. And then second of all, my wife was telling me that people are talking about me stealing people's girls. I mean, I kind of did, but I mean, the dude had met her for 45 seconds. I feel like I was painted out to be kind of a deep.
I gotta tell you.
Did Anthony just bleep out bag?
Yeah, but you can't say that, I guess.
He didn't say, he said D. Oh.
Just being safe.
You know what I couldn't tell watching the Dolphins, the first episode of the Dolphins in-season Hard Knocks? What? I couldn't tell how much I thought Mike McDaniel's act actually played with the players. I'm curious for you guys to watch it. Like, I really like him from my vantage point. When I watched the players in the meetings and stuff, I don't know. I didn't get the reaction I expected.
He's a completely different dude than any football coach I've seen.
I know. I was just
I
trying
don't
to
know
think
if that plays with players.
Have we had a coach?
You guys should watch the Hard Knocks. It's worth watching.
Have we ever had a coach in New York like that? Like Parcells was playful with the media. That's the one I can think of. We don't have anybody now, do we? We got Sleepy Tom Bobos. You know, I like Peter Laviolette a lot, but he's not lighting up a room in a press conference. Right? Dable, Sal is good, but he's not that level.
Boone's got a personality, but not I mean, he's not goofing around like Mike McDaniel.
He would if the Yankees let him.
Yeah, I agree with that. Real quick, in legal news, Michael mentioned earlier, Josh Giddey, the girl who's at the center of that story, the underage girl, the alleged underage girl, apparently, according to TMZ, her family not cooperating with the investigation, so Giddey somehow continues to play. Also today, a warrant issued for the Bills' Von Miller for an alleged assault of the pregnant mother of his 2 children.
God, if that's true. That's disgusting.
The woman was treated for minor injuries. I read the report, the alleged, the report's not alleged. It's an actual report of what she alleges, and it is not good. That'll do it for ENN on this Thursday evening.
That's a terrible story to clap on.
I was clapping at the whole effort. Oh, don't do that. Why you got to put that on me?
You know, that's a horrible. Again,
Peter, I was not thinking that.
No, we know. He's a bad guy.
Why would you put that evil on me? How do you put that evil on me?
I'm sorry.
ENN is brought to you by Security Dodge. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com. Go see Michelle Scalisi, grab a T-shirt, and come get some. During their Black Friday sales event. I'm laying out on the game tonight. I'll just watch Michael and root against.
Is it Michelle or Michelle? I don't know what you said. Anyway,
really,
we got the Nets pregame on Yes. We have the Knicks pregame coming up at 7. Stay tuned. See everybody tomorrow.
That's a wrap on the show for today. Coming up next, our coverage of the Nets and Hornets comes your way with the pregame show. For all of us here on the Michael K. Show, this is Chris Sheeran saying have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow for a Football Friday.
See everything your restaurant can do with tools from Square. Get a POS that connects to a KDS so you can handle orders ASAP. Reach more